because they're dependent upon your commitment, your due diligence, and your willingness to enter data. Most of them require some kind of customization on the follow-up. That means you got to create your own scripts, schedules, and most people don't want to do that. It's not going to do it for you. The CRM will not do it for you. It is not God or some angel. It's going to come part the heavens and say, we will do all your follow-up now that you have purchased our services. It's only as good as the information you enter. For a CRM to work, okay, you got to make a commitment. You got to record every piece of data into it. Now, since I've said such disparaging things about the CRM, let me say this. You need one, you need to make a commitment to one, you need to learn to use it, okay? If you're not rich, if you don't have more money coming at you every month than you know what to do with, make a commitment to a customer relationship management. Make a commitment that every one of your people take this critical data that is money, information about a customer, where they live, who they are, what they wanted, what they looked at, what they asked about, what they said their budget was, what their cell number is, what their email is, when they called, when you followed up, what's the third thing that was done. Put all that data in that CRM, because I'm going to tell you, if you don't do that, you're betraying your company, your organization, and your family. That CRM is like a god hosting all this data, holding it for you for critical information for somebody to pick it up and do follow-up. The CRM is valuable. Look, it's cumbersome, it's hard, it slows me down. I hate the fact that I got to sit down there and enter data. It should know, it should be able to read my mind. But they hadn't figured out how to do that yet. Until then, use the CRM. You need it. Pay for it. Don't worry about it. Enter the data, okay, make a commitment to it, and use it.
Love his honesty. All right, so what does Grant say about the CRM in the course? What do you think? Sandra, you want to try again? For my first picture. Oh, I guess maybe your speaker's not working. Okay, no problem. Shane?
All the above.
All the above. Yes. Sorry, I was still reading them. Okay. What information does CRM not keep for you? Ooh, love that. Diana? Does it not keep customers' name, customers' contact, internet purchase of their vendors, or customers' wants and preferences? What do you think? Chase?
I'll say B.
Yes, we don't know what they're buying from other people. Okay, so what does a CRM not do for you? Kylie? We got follow-up, keep your customers' wants, keep their contact, or keep your records of contacts. Shane?
That's a tough one. And with AI, it does follow up with you for you, but I would say A in this case.
I think it is A. Yep. So you have to, yeah, you have to actually do the work, do the follow-up.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I guess you still got to do the work.
Organization. Look, if you're not organized, you cannot follow up. You're going to sit down at your desk, look around, and not know what to do. First thing I'm going to do is I'm going to take time each day to make follow-up a priority. If you don't set time for this thing called follow-up, you won't do it. Just like working out, just like kids, just like anything. If you don't take the time, you will not do the activity. So carve out a time each day, 9 to 10, 10 to 11, 11 to 12, 12. Pick a time. I don't care what it is. Pick 30 or 45 minutes and say, I wonder how much follow-up I could do right now in this short period of time. I would compress the time and press yourself to see how much you could get done. Your desk needs to be clean. Items need to be easily accessible. The CRM needs to be on working, and you need to know how to access it. You should be touching that CRM every day. Every day working that CRM until it's your friend. If you hate it, if it's cumbersome, if it's slow, if it takes you too long, it's not the CRM's problem, it's your problem. You're too slow with it, you're too cumbersome, you don't know your way around. Why? Because you haven't made a commitment and you're not organized. Write out a list of all contacts that you need to make and have attempted, or enter them into the CRM. You know, the beautiful part about a CRM over a legal pad that I prefer is I lose legal pads and I can't lose my CRM. but you got to be organized to use it. And to do the follow-up, whether it's the handwritten note, personal visit, phone call, whether it's an email, the third email, the 12th email, a text, no matter what it is, you have to be organized. Otherwise, you're still going to do the follow-up, right? But otherwise, you're going to look a little dumb sometime calling somebody about the same thing, and or you go to call them and you're like, what are we talking about? And you lose your confidence. You need organization. Make a commitment to it. Carve out some time. Learn to beat that CRM to death until it starts having babies for you.
I love it. All right. According to Grant, if you're not organized, what are you unable to do? What else we got on here? Christine?
Well, I mean, it seems to be all of those to me, but I mean, honestly, if you're not organized, you can't do any of those. Follow up.
What I was thinking. Ooh, good. Because we got to start over. Okay. All right. So how often should you use your CRM? What do you think, Christine? We'll keep going.
Every day.
Every day.
Oh, there it is. I know I went 3 days not using it. I forgot how to log in. And now I'm back. Okay. How should you prioritize your follow-up? Contact the most profitable ones first. Do it when you have free time. Follow up when the customers seem like they will buy immediately, or schedule time out each day.
B.
Yes. Great job.
Scripts. If you don't know what to say, if you don't have a script, still make the call. Okay, I want you to understand this. Look, if you don't have a script, so what? Make the call. But in a perfect world, in a perfect situation, a script would help you. Okay, one, it gives you a clear reason to call people, which you need. This is a major mistake people make when they're making phone calls. They ramble. They don't know why they're calling. I've had people literally call me, and the first 3 minutes were like, why, and telling me about they were sick recently. I'm like, you don't need to call me to tell me you're sick. I don't want to talk about you when you were sick. Why? Because they don't have a script, no format, no playbook to read out. We have scripts in my office for every call, including leaving a message. Otherwise, people get paralyzed. You get paralyzed without scripts. Some people get paralyzed with a script. Oh my gosh, I don't want to read from a script. Okay, make it up, dude. You don't sell anybody. You don't make any money. You're freaking dying. You're in the top, the bottom 5 or 6% of all the people on planet Earth making money. So you don't want to use a script? Just make it up. It's not working. Get a script, okay? Get a script of a half a dozen calls, maybe a dozen calls. Maybe lay them out. If you don't want my scripts that Fortune 100 companies pay us to have, scripts for the first day call, the second day call, the third call, the fourth call, 4 calls in 4 days. How about the 5th call on the 5th day? How about the manager's call on the 5th day, 6 calls in 5 days? How about the call 30 seconds after they left? How about the text message? Wouldn't you like scripts for all that? We have Fortune 100 companies that say, look, I want the videos and the scripts to every call that you make. Then they tweak them, they work them. You need scripts. Your people need scripts. I need an idea of what I'm going to say on the 12th call in the 3rd month, and they're still not interested. Okay, would you find that valuable? How about the 12th call in the 9th month? They already bought from me. I'm running out of stuff to say. What do I talk about? What do I say? What message do I leave? You need scripts. Quit fighting them. You need them just like you need discipline, commitment, organization, and you know you need a CRM.
All right. True or false? If you don't have a script, you should still make the call. Ooh, what do you think, Diana?
True.
Yeah. Not making the call at all, right? So what does a script provide for you? What do you think, Diana? Anyone else? What do you think? Shout it out.
The above.
Playbook.
I was thinking. They all seemed pretty good. Okay. How would you use a script?
B.
Yeah. Phew, we got them.
Oh, that was good.
Good.
Accountability. Who's going to hold you accountable? Who? I don't want anybody to hold me accountable, Grant. Okay, good. Then the marketplace will punish you. If you're not going to hold yourself accountable, or have your spouse hold you accountable, or have a manager hold you accountable, or you have some ability to morph outside yourself and become a manager of you and hold you accountable, the marketplace will punish you. I'm telling you, anybody that's not going to discipline themselves, hold themselves accountable, is punished and disciplined by the marketplace. The economy will punish you. Okay, I say this to you to encourage you. Wow, what am I doing, man? I got to get my game on. First of all, you live on a planet of a bunch of people that are not accountable, that are not motivated, that are not organized, that are not following up. This whole category of information I'm sharing with you right now reveals an area that is a problem on the planet with billions of people, not just a handful. We don't follow up. Why not? Because nobody holds us accountable. You think because you have a job to work somewhere, or you have a business card that says you're in sales, or you've been working at Macy's for 28 years as a clerk, salesperson, you think you're entitled to continue to be in sales? Look, the entire industry is getting morphed right now. It's getting destroyed, pulled apart, because salespeople haven't done their jobs, because managers haven't enforced follow-up. Management, you have an obligation for daily meetings on follow-up. Bring your people together in a meeting. Who you calling today? Who's on your list? Who was sold? Who was unsold? And who's not interested? And who are you giving me, by the way? This is how I start a meeting every day. Every day. Who you working? Let me see the list. Who's sold? Let me see the list. Who's unsold? Let me see the list. Okay? Who has lost interest and told us not to call them? In fact, on this list, who has said, don't ever call me back again? If you do, I'm going to call it the policeman, the popo. See, that's the kind of thing management needs to be doing. If you don't have a manager where you work, then hold yourself accountable. Every day, hold yourself accountable by asking yourself this. Who's on my list today? Who am I calling today? Who haven't I called? Who can I call? Who can I touch? Who would change my business forever? What 5 people could I contact today that would, change everything? Hold yourself accountable.
Love that. Hey, we should start putting that on our daily huddles. I like that.
Very good.
If no one holds you accountable. Ooh,
E.
yeah. Marketplace will.
Oh wait, my
punish
bad.
you.
I definitely said D. I was wrong.
Oh.
on that.
Well, good thing we're together as a team. Okay. So how often should you have a meeting on follow-up with management?
Say daily.
Yeah, I always have to remind myself, I forget about customers all the time. Who should keep you accountable for following up?
Yourself. Well, all of the above, but yourself.
We all got you. We got to help each other. This is a tough job.
I can't count on my spouse to hold me accountable.
Unreasonable attitude. You must have an unreasonable attitude with follow-up. I talked about this extensively in the 10X rule. Follow-up requires an unreasonable attitude. Most people don't quite get what I mean with this concept of unreasonable. Unreasonable means without reason. I am no longer reasonable with your considerations. Why are you calling me back so many times? I'm thinking to myself, because it hadn't worked yet, but we're getting closer. See, last time I talked to you, you just weren't interested. This time, you're a little pissed off at me. See, I'm going to keep pushing. Yes, I can still say that word in the United States of America. I'm going to keep pushing because I believe in my product. I believe in my company. I believe in my service, and I'm willing to be unreasonable, even though you don't like me calling you at 4:00 in the afternoon on a Thursday after I've called you 12 other times, done 2 personal visits, text you 4 times, had a friend call you. I'm still calling you. Oh, by the way, the 2 handwritten letters didn't go anywhere except in the trash can. I'm going to be unreasonable despite the fact that you don't like me calling you today. I get this call all the time. Grant, don't call me back anymore. Okay, you got it. I won't. Won't happen again. And the next day, that's right. That's right. I'm going to find a reason the next day to follow them up. You think this is crazy? It's because you're reasonable. You operate with reason. You are being reasonable. You are able of being reasonable. You are being worked and sold and convinced not to do your job. My job is to take care of my family. My job is to take care of my business. My job is to take care of myself. And that requires many times for me to be unreasonable. If somebody attacked you with a gun right now, would you be unreasonable? Or would you make sense of that gun? Because I would suggest to you that right now, you would become extremely unreasonable with the situation. If a bomb went off in your building right now, that's not too soon. If a bomb went off in your building right now, okay, you're going to be reasonable? No, you're going to be unreasonable. You're going to do everything and whatever it takes to protect yourself, your family, and your business so that you're not in harm's way. Be unreasonable. Have an unreasonable attitude when it comes to follow up. Figure out a creative way to follow up. Creativity follows commitment. Your commitment must be so unreasonable that you keep popping with ideas about how to follow up even long after a client has said, time out, man, don't ever, ever, ever call me again. I actually had a client do this to me. I called him 15 times, 5 times one day, 5 times the next day, the 15th call in 3 days. He never called me back, not one time. Never, not one time. My wife even said, my God, Grant, my God, how can you call this man back 15 times in 3 days? Baby, he hadn't responded to, it hadn't worked. The definition of follow-up is seeing something all the way through. What should I do? Call him 15 times and quit? That's what you're doing. Remember, the average salesperson calls back twice and stops. Almost 50% of all salespeople, 2 calls and bail out. 48% of all salespeople never call a customer back 1 time. Don't be that guy. Be unreasonable. Have an unreasonable attitude. Do not buy in to not following up. Follow up until one of you just dies. And then, if it's you that died, come back and follow up one more time.
One more time. Be unreasonable. I love it. Yeah, I love good salespeople. Which of the following is not required for follow-up? Shout it out. Not
A.
required. Probably A.
Yeah.
You are unreasonable. What will happen? Oh,
You are reasonable.
oh, yeah. Thank you.
D.
All of them. What does Grant say you should do to protect yourself, your family, and your business? Ooh,
C, whatever it takes.
Whatever it takes.
love that. Awesome. All right. So what do you guys think? You like that? They're short videos. They're not too long. I know you guys do lots of training, but he just, for me, he always had such a different spin on the way that he thinks about things and the way that he talks about them. I don't like to be unreasonable. I want to be liked. You know, I don't want to push someone and keep calling and keep calling. But the thing is, we're also busy with distractions. Even if you called them 10 times, we know we called them 10 times. Our CRM knows we called them 10 times, but to them, they're like, oh, Jen, yes, I've been thinking about you. And oh, I just forgot your number. And oh, I should call you because I just saw a house I liked. So we want to be there when they're ready. What do you guys think? You like it?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
I
Absolutely.
know we've been talking a lot about the CRM. Obviously, that's a big push because Zach's been doing some follow throughs with us. So I love that. I think that's important. But there's tons of material in here, guys. So, I mean, you know, you tell me if there's something specific you want to learn about. This one's really good. The sales process is awesome. Some of these recession, those aren't very good.
I think that's the one I was doing, the sales process.
Okay. I love that one because it's really, it's unique to, it's not unique to real estate. It's
Yeah.
what is it? There's discovery, there's learning, there's training, there's education, there's signing a contract. So awesome. Any questions?
No.
You guys like it? All right. So I'll keep it short, kind of cut off a little bit here, but you guys have a great day.
Thank you, Jen.
You got it.
Thanks, Jen. See you all.
Okay.
Thanks. Thanks.
See you later.